It's like, you got this much time. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah.
Things like that started about 30 years ago in our meetings, and they would put a little hourglass up there and turn it over.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Okay, looks like it's time to get this show on the road. Good morning, everyone, and this is the Washington Area Highway Transportation Committee meeting. It is October 28th, 2024. Could I have the call to order, please? The roll call?
Craig Miller. Here. Ed Fisher. Jordan Delaveres.
Here.
Ray Frankenberg.
Here.
Bob Ingeman. Bill Stratman.
Here.
Mayor Hagedorn. Joe Holtmeyer.
Here.
Sandy Lucy.
Here.
Albie Alcocamp.
Here.
Bill Miller. Tim Brinker. Mike Coulter. Jeff Niemeyer. Here. Charles Stankovic. Darren Lamb.
Please stand. Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first item, approval of the minutes from September the 30th. Lots to read. Any changes, additions, subtractions, errors? If there are none, I'll entertain a motion to accept them as presented.
So moved.
Second. Motion and second to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Okay, first item on the agenda, Amtrak. Hi, Mayor.
I have no real report this morning. I have a MORPAC meeting coming up November 13th. I did hear from our tourism board that we use some station enhancement funds that come from the state for some images, some artwork down at the train station down there, and I'm told they look really nice, but I have not yet been down to see them. So there have been some enhancements down there. And then another thing to note is that I think December 6th, we have Santa riding the rails. So that's usually an event downtown that people like to come out and see. But like I say, I'll learn more about things that are going on with Amtrak November 13th.
All right. Anybody have any comments, questions about Amtrak? Hearing none, we'll move on. Missouri River Bridge access, flood mitigation. Take it away.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Charles couldn't be here this morning, so I'll try to fill in. But I just want to let you know, we did have a meeting with the Northeast District from MoDOT to discuss a little bit about the hydrology study that's going on the north side of the river. We just had that since we last met here. So just bringing them up to speed, and that was about it. So that's all I got.
It's still on schedule then, is what you're saying?
Yes.
What,
Yeah.
by the end of the next year? Is that what?
I think spring
Couple
of
months.
25.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the.
I was surprised at the short schedule. 3 months is a quick for the United States government.
Well, I think they were, I give them more, I think they've been at it for a while now already. So, I mean, the study's been going on. So by the time they release it in spring, it'll be probably
Close to a
6,
year.
7 months. I mean,
Okay.
really. So,
All right, Darren, thank you. We'll keep watching it. Highway 47 Corridor Committee. Anything new? Hey, there it is. Good morning.
Good morning. Nothing to report from the Highway 47 Corridor Committee at this time. We have not met. We're just waiting for MoDOT to come up with their study results and see how that develops.
Yeah, should we start seeing some activity out there? Surveying or?
No, with the study, you wouldn't be really seeing too much out there.
curious.
What they've already done is they've already placed some cameras and things and have taken some data collection, stuff like that. So the study, you wouldn't be seeing a lot of things like that. It'd be a lot of behind the scenes.
Okay, very good.
What is the schedule on that? Just an update on the schedule, when they hope to have it done?
So right now, they're just working on a lot of different, I guess if you want to say,
options, and they're just taking a look at a lot of different things with the study, taking a lot of the comments and things from the public meeting, going through all of that and making sure, of course, that those comments incorporated, and we're looking and seeing the same things from the data that we've also collected. And so from that, they're taking a look at how do we solve some of those, comments and different kind of things that we might be seeing. So we're just taking a look at possible options through that study, and it should be spring, I believe, that we might have a next public meeting that will definitely show those. But that's all the timeline and everything is on the website as well.
So is there actually a person or an engineering firm that's actually gonna be doing it? Or is it just MoDOT, or is it,
We do have a consultant.
you do?
Mhm.
And that consultant will keep us informed how? Through you, I guess?
Through us and through that public meeting. So that public meeting next public meeting will be how we essentially show kind of some of those results of the study and kind of what's moving forward before it's all done and finalized.
Okay, so we're really not gonna be too active as far as seeing and being able to do anything with it until the study is further along? Is that how you see it, or?
Correct. So the next public meeting, the study's still not finalized and done, but there will be another point that things are showed to the public, and so that we'll have another round of public involvement and public engagement. Comments can be made based off of, kind of what the results have been showing and seen from the study, that kind of thing. So none of it will by any means be kind of a voting system on, well, we want this or we want that. It's just, a general round of public comments that anybody can say what they do like, what they don't like, and what we might be missing even from it. So just another round, but no public involvement at this point until that next public meeting.
And who is the consultant on this?
If I remember
I think we
correctly,
had-
HNTV.
That's what I was
TV.
trying to remember too. Yeah, HNTV.
So we won't look for any real results or any determinations until that next hearing, is what you're saying, or next,
Correct.
so
Yep.
basically on our agenda, we're sitting there in limbo and not really, don't have any place to go except waiting for your study.
Correct. Waiting till, yeah.
Just to make it,
Clear, yeah.
clear, yeah.
Mhm. Yes, the construction funds are in fiscal year '28, so they are already set and placed in our STIP. But of course, the study is taking place in preparation for fiscal year '28.
Thank you, Jordan.
Mhm.
Anything else on the corridor committee? Hearing none. Franklin County Transportation Committee, Jim?
The Transportation Committee has not met. They will meet in November. The committee has funded a couple of requests. In other words, they've paid out for the projects that have been completed, one in Gerald, one in New Haven, improvements downtown. And those are well completed. We pay out the grants upon completion. We review, make sure that they are indeed completed as proposed, and then we pay out to the city. We reimburse them for the funds they've paid. So those have taken place, and we will again meet in November.
Any other questions for Jim? Thank you.
Thank you.
Short and sweet. 50/50, the 50/50 MoDOT grants.
I don't have anything new for you. We are still waiting for approval to go out for bids on the widening at Oldenburg Industrial Park. I'm gonna beg Jordan to help us out here a little bit and see whatever we need to do to push to go ahead and get it, because we've been waiting for quite a few months now to go ahead and get it out to bid. So, but I don't have anything new at this time.
Is it season or anything like?
Excuse me?
Is it seasonal as far as getting that done?
No, I think they can get a lot of stuff. They can go ahead and,
So the winter isn't?
they could do it in the winter as well. I mean, there may be delays, obviously, with the weather, but it's still, it's a lot of work that could be done.
Yeah.
So, might have to wait for asphalt until next spring.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
What about the pipeline? Is that thing done now? Is that just while we're?
Yes, to my understanding, it's completed. We're doing some testing yet, but yes, it's completed.
It seemed like it took a long time. But the major, it's a
I think
major
they moved a mountain for about an $8-point-something million project in a short amount of time. So,
All right, thank you. MoDOT, Warren County. There you go, Jeff.
How are you guys today?
Hey, good. Welcome back. Been seen you a couple times.
Yeah, I was able to make it down today. You know, next couple months, you know, depending on weather, it might be a little tougher. But anyways, what we got going on in Warren County, I mean, big talks, all I-70 right now. We're getting ready to award the Warrenton to Wentzville section there. Be at the November 8th commission meeting, because we did move that from Tuesday since that was election day. We figured that wasn't a great day to have the commission meeting, so we moved it to Friday. So that Friday it'll be there at Hotel St. Louis. So Jordan, you going?
I don't know yet.
Okay. I guess the last one
Yeah,
wore you out, but I'll be there. So really excited to see, you know, what proposal they choose. So I know there's been a lot of, MoDOT's been working a lot, getting them all scored and getting them all graded, and but that's $600 million, historic project there on I-70, biggest project MoDOT's ever done. So we're super excited to get a lot of the issues fixed there on I-70 and get that project rolling. Other project we got going in Warren County is the route U slide. I think the last time I mentioned, you know, we had a big section of the road slide there on Route U there, cutting towards Warrenton, down to 94, about 200 foot of the road just slid 40 foot down the hill. And then there was actually, once we got out there, we noticed 2 other slides. So we ended up fixing 3 slides. Contractor's been working on that since August, and the completion date on that is November 6th. So they've already done the 2 smaller slides, hoping to pour pavement this week on the biggest slide. And then it's just guardrail, kind of grading, that sort of thing. So they're making great time. Karen Brock's been doing a real good job for us on that project.
And that road, that's actually open now, right?
It's not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
No, like I said, November 6th. Like I said, we still haven't poured that last big slide, the 200 foot, quite yet. So, but it's almost open. So.
Quite an engineering feat to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite the push, because I mean, it slid down the hill. We had to go out there with the geotechnical guys to basically drill bores to see what the issue was, because that took about a month to get it in. And then we had to buy property from the surrounding property owners to kind of get enough to even get the dirt and everything that slid down onto their property off their property. And we went with a lot more gentle slope this time. So luckily they worked really well with us, donated property. Representatives were very supportive. Our commission made an emergency project to kind of cut some of the time frames on some of the letting, and we got great bids. We had 8 people bid that project, so it was a great time. Like I said, Karen Brock's been great. So, you know, end of May it all slid down the hill, and you know, we going to get it fixed here before the end of the year. So that's pretty quick for, as you say, government
real
time
quick,
frames.
yeah.
You know, getting all your environmental clearances and all that. So that's a project moving right along. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on was snowplow. We are very understaffed on my I-70 sheds, especially the Warrenton shed, which covers all of Warren County. Pretty much all winter long, I'm going to be sending 2 teams of operators from the central area of the Northeast to cover that shed. Basically, my Montgomery County and Warren County, we're basically making an I-70 task force to cover I-70 and really just their area, kind of along that I-70, including 47. We have the operators, they're just not quite in the right spots for the first 12-hour shift. But after that first 12-hour shift, we won't be able to kind of staff a full night shift. It'll probably be kind of a skeleton crew just to kind of keep it open type thing. So, but if you know anybody, we are hiring. So, you know, spread the word out. We are always looking for operators. So, and we do help them get their CDLs. It's a great place to work, lots of benefits. So we do got a lot of seasonal stuff too if they just want to plow their school bus driver or whatever. So, you know, that's kind of all I got today. You guys got any question about what's going on in Warren County? Oh, I will mention we did have a great meeting with the Corps in the city about the levee out here. You it's kind of nice to have that conversation. We saw that at the commission meeting, and we just kind of were like, hey, if they're already working on, because we actually had it in our STIP to do a scoping study for the little section there to Dutzau, right there. That's 4 foot lower than all the rest of 47 in the Warren County area. So that's the first thing that goes under right there by between the Katy Trail and the deli. That's always the first thing. So they're working on the model, the Corps is, and we're like, hey, can you go ahead and if we raise this 1, 2, 3, 4 foot, like, kind of add that to their study. That way they can, and then we can take it from then and get a consultant on it and actually do the hardcore analysis, because the Corps is just kind of doing a real quick feasibility study. Is it possible to put this in, basically? And then, our consultant will take it from there to be like, okay, what's this actually going to take? What's the right of way? What's the construction cost? All that sort of stuff. So it's really good working with the city and the Corps, since they already had something going on. So I really appreciate that.
And that's gonna go from downtown Dutzau, if you will, back toward Highway 47?
Yeah, the kind of the way they were showing was it kind of comes right there along kind of 4794 and comes all the way around, bumps out around the airport, and then goes all the way into kind of St. Charles County is the way it looks. At least that's what one of the alternatives. They're looking at multiple alternatives. So, that's kind of one of the things they're looking at with this study. They got several alternatives, but we just kind of want to make sure that little piece got included in, because like I said, that's where we struggle. I think out of all the flooding we've had recently, the only other times like the main 47 went down is when like the actual levees broke. Why that section goes down when we get some pretty good rainfalls. So I just think it really makes the whole resiliency of the system better if we can just bring up that one low spot, at least right off the start here. Just something to look at while they're looking at everything else.
Exactly. It's great that you've got.
Seems like we get more and more traffic that comes down 47 through Dutzau up TT to T to get over to Forestel, which, I'm hoping they do something with that with the I-70 project. So I'm interested to see what the solution is up there. So
It seems like a minor situation, but it really affects a lot of different directions. Where you were talking about at Dutzau. 4 feet is a lot of water when you think about it. In fact, do you remember when they were building the new bridge? They brought in steel. They put a barge that they floated in so that they could come in off of the creek and unload steel when the new bridge was being built.
yeah, that was a little bit before I got here. I think it was already done the first time. I only got to enjoy the new bridge,
Yeah.
But I'm from the area, so I got to drive the old bridge.
As a
But,
result of the new bridge.
me being from Bowling Green, I still look down at the Louisiana Champ Clark Bridge, and I was so happy when we replaced that. That was such a big improvement from what it was before.
Well, let us know if we can help in any way on the Warren County side. We're in this with you guys too. That's why we want you at our meetings and want you to participate and keep us informed, quite honestly. I didn't know that they were gonna get in there. I know that was one of the key reasons for getting that big study done was that spot right there by Dutzau was the key point that floods the most times. So anyway, thank you, Jeff.
But like I said, I'm really happy that the Corps is making a brand new model, kind of custom made for this area that's a lot more accurate than just kind of looking at the overall model that was, I want to say 20 years old. It just seems like stuff's changed on the river in the last 20 years. So we probably needed a new model. So I'm really happy. Can't wait them to get that done. And then once you have the model, it really helps out our consultants on really getting a good accurate of, hey, what do we need to get this resilient, from flooding. So.
Very good. Thank you, Jeff.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Washington Special Road District. Anything, guys? Anybody? Aaron? Old Highway 100 Bridge, probably nothing new on that either, I don't think. That's gonna be something they'll get done as they can, or it's in the system, right, Tim?
I don't know what MoDOT.
You gotta keep talking to MoDOT. You gotta start talking to MoDOT now, yeah, there you go, yeah, Jordan, there you go.
We're looking into it.
We're gonna start tossing these balls to you now, okay? Old Highway 100.
Ownership should take
That's right.
responsibility.
Good point. Yeah, you own it till you get it fixed and then we'll own it. Old Highway 100 bridge, you know, the one we're talking about?
Yes, yeah, we're having some discussions internally and everything about it.
All right.
And right now, that's an unfunded need, is that what that is, list it's on? Or is it on no list at all?
I,
It's on schedule, 26.
It's,
Yeah, I think it's,
okay.
I think
Same thing that we've said, that has not changed.
it's not changed. Okay, that's, basically it stays on the agenda.
I remember that's what we'd said quite a bit, I was just wanting to make sure MoDOT was agreeing that they said that.
it's on the step.
But right now, the city says it, so we're good.
Yep.
Airport, anything new?
The only thing I'll add is they did the repairs to the concrete, the emergency repairs that we needed done. KJU completed that last Wednesday, so.
Team truck? East-West Parkway. Something to say on that one, though, isn't it?
We're still, we've seen more development in the area that we started the first phase of East-West Parkway, especially between Beaker Road and South Point Road. So with that, we're still moving forward with discussions with property owners in those areas. We did close on another, help me if, 1,700 feet, I think, or so of portion. We're not going to build that portion in the immediate future, but we secured the right-of-way for that, for future. So that's what we're looking at right now.
I drove down there just to see what was happening.
Yep.
And there's a sign that says East-West Parkway.
Yeah, it's there. It's a real thing.
That's cool.
Makes it feel like it's there.
Yeah.
It's not just a line on a map anymore. We've all lived to see it.
25 years, it was just a
Line on a map.
East-West, yeah. And there was a sign. It's in partially. All right, Taylor Miller, I don't see, she's not here to give a report. Any other business? Really, it was a pretty slim schedule today. Anybody got anything you want to add to the discussion?
I'll give you a couple summary items,
There you go.
updates from the county as of late, if you don't mind, Mr. Chair and Board. The early voting is taking place at the county right now, and we've probably hit almost 3,000 people that have come through and voted already. They look to potentially have 15 to 20% of the voting populace completed even before Election Day, so it's really, really incredible. It's very unique in the county that looking out the office, see 100 people out there in line in front of your office, like, oh, raging mob. No, it's just people voting. So it's nice and refreshing to see, quite frankly. But it's unique in that it's never occurred before. So everybody's like adapting and going, oh, I got to go to lunch, that kind of thing. So it's fun. It's fun to see the interest level higher than it's ever been in terms of voting and exercising your right to vote. So I encourage everybody to tell everyone it's available from 8 to 4:30 every day and 8 to noon on Saturdays up until that Monday of Election Day before. So that's interesting. The other thing we did at the county level last week was we passed the senior tax freeze for those age 62 and over that are the single owner of their residence. They can have their taxes frozen upon submitting an application next year at the level they are today. So we're getting that software put in place. We did pass the commission order last week, and we look forward to having that made available for us seniors that are getting there anyway. So it'll be an exciting accomplishment and a little step in terms of getting to where we really need to go, and that is get all that property tax done away with something else. So there's some county updates for you. Thanks.
Hey, Tim, how many did you say had already voted? I didn't get it written down. You almost got away, I know.
Almost 3,000. Yeah.
Almost 3,000?
Yeah.
I was in there the first day in the afternoon around 1 o'clock, and I was number 1,500. So there was and it's really cool the way they've got the thing set up. It's almost like the building was made to have this done.
Kind of unique, and a lot of people don't get exposed to that building and get in the rotunda and look
Truly,
around.
it was,
Of
yeah,
course, I call the rotundas missile silos, but you know,
whatever. It works. It works. And it was
yeah.
flow of the people know where to go.
Yeah, I think there's 14 or
Judges
15
all-
voting stations there.
Yes, it wraps around that whole rotunda.
Wow.
It really is cool, just to even see it.
Have there been long waits, Tim?
You know what, the longest I heard of was maybe 30 minutes. And that's the end of the hall, like by the commission office, at the end of the hall to the other end of the rotunda. So it moves pretty good. And the thing that holds it up the most is the length of the ballot, you know, reading all of the measures that are on there.
Yeah, bring your reading glasses.
Right, yeah, bring your cheaters, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Oh, wait, you're right, reading glasses, don't say cheaters in election.
Probably not the best, yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Anything else? Anybody want to add anything to our discussion? Hearing none, I guess I'll
Well,
entertain.
I want to add a special thank you to the city for hosting the commission meeting earlier this month. So thank you very much for that. And then also thank you to the mayor and to the administrator there as well for the bus tour. The commission was very appreciative of that bus tour to be able to see what's going on around the city, as well as they couldn't get over how beautiful the city was. And they also said that the hospitality was world class. So we definitely thank you there for that. We do have Buckle Up Phone Down Day this Wednesday, the 30th. So we just want to spread that, of course, and our message of make sure you wear your seatbelt and put your phone down before you operate a motor vehicle. So that's coming up, that we're spreading that word. And then just the reminder that Missouri does have, of course, a new hands-free law. And so that did go into place August of 2023, but that now will become enforceable and citations can be written beginning January 1st of 2025. So, people probably been doing it, getting away with it and everything, no citations written, but that'll change come the new year. So just a reminder, kind of in association with Buckle Up, Phone Down.
Very good. Yeah. Jordan, if you have information that, such as what you're just talking about, always bring it to us, because many times the newspaper can then pick it up and will pass it on.
Sure.
So it's a good sounding board, if nothing else, for information that you know that could be helpful to the customer, to the public, general public. Any ideas on whether we should have a meeting in November? The more I thought about it, what do we really have in November that we have to have a meeting?
Well, we usually have one in November and not December.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I-
probably.
I'd hate to
forgot
just stop a monthly meeting, because we don't do a whole lot, but I think we keep the flow of information out there.
We don't.
And to keep people like Jeff and the participation, we really take that for granted. And that's why we have people, if they've got too many meetings, it's easy not to come to one or two of them, whatever. So all I want to do is I don't want to wear you out with a meeting if I don't think we're getting anything out of it. Please tell me, or please tell someone. But then we will continue, and should we just count on no meetings in December then?
Yeah.
That's how it's
Yeah, that's how we
done.
usually.
That's, because that's between the holiday.
I don't blame you, I don't either, so anyway, so great, we will not have a meeting then, and then we'll be back here in November, and Tim, you got something?
One more thing, East West Gateway's annual awards luncheon is on the 59th, I think, annual, it's on November 15th. And I think we as a committee typically get invites, or we try to include the committee on that, so.
We're sending out, yes.
Yeah,
We-
you probably
we
got
just
invites, so.
approved it, and so that's, thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
So if I could,
Yes.
Please get with us, if any of you, we usually get a table. Thank you for bringing that up, Tim, I would have forgotten. And get with Gina and let her know if you can go ahead and attend. We usually, the city always at least gets a table. So any of you that want to attend, we meet here in the parking lot at about 10:30, 10:45. Lunch is, I think, around noon. And we usually have at least 2-car caravan going down there at least every year. So let us know if you'd like to participate.
Great event.
I would like to make one comment on the meetings and the validity. I say we don't do much here, but quite frankly, I think because of us meeting monthly for all these years, look at our county. We have great access from our highways. We have a new bridge, and so I think a lot of that comes from us wanting to be involved and engaged and know when to apply. So all of us are doing a great job, and I think it's it's fabulous. We need to have these meetings monthly. I do agree with not having it on New Year's Eve, but other than that, I think we're great.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved.
Second?
Motion and second to adjourn. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Thank you all very much for coming.
Boy, a lot of changes. Parish.
Meetings, and I say, personnel.
I mean,
Doesn't matter.
but I just, I feel bad for these guys, really. They're gonna be,
I've got things I would add.
all right, we'll see ya.
A lot
Take
going
care.
on downtown with the